The Patriots did ultimately get the win over the Jets on Monday night, but it definitely was not due to their defense. I'm Mariah, Janos, joined by Evan Lazar. Evan, as of right now, what do you see as the biggest issue with this Patriots defense that we're so used to being their strength?
Well, we'll start with the short answer to that question. It definitely starts in the front seven, but I think we all get lost in the weapons talk and the Cam Newton talk, myself included. And a lot of that, I think, has to do with this fantasy football culture that we live in, that it's all sort of about, well, who's on my fantasy team on the Patriots? Nobody, because they don't have any weapons, right? And that's kind of the conversation that controls the narrative about this season. But really, the unit on this Patriots team that has underperformed is the defense, not the offense. We expected the offense to be pretty rocky, and they have been, but they've been below average, but not catastrophic. Defensively, they've been well below average. They're 31st right now in DVOA. That's 31 out of 32 teams, in case people don't know. Last year, they were first in DVOA. So we're going from first to worst, quite literally, right now at the Patriots defense. There's a lot of reasons for it. Obviously, personnel-wise, a complete turnover on the roster coming into the season. Injuries in season always happen, and those have started to add up. But I think the biggest thing when you look at is the front seven is just their inability right now to stop outside zone and really any type of running scheme, but specifically outside zone, where they're giving up 5.7 yards per carry in that scheme, which is the most in the league right now. And the Jets had some success with it. And that can be like a foundational piece of your game plan if you're going up against the Patriots, is running the football with outside zone early on in the game, and then establish play action and bootleg passing and deep shots off of play action. And you can sort of build the entire scheme or the entire game plan from that one, starting point. So you look at that Jets game on Monday night, the first two plays of the game, outside zone, split zone for the Jets. Third play, inside zone. It has a little bit of a theme there, right? So they just keep on pounding the rock against the Patriots on early downs. They can't stop it, and it puts everything else off kilter.
Patriots Press Pass is brought to you by Manscaped. Get 20% off and free shipping with the code PRESSPASS20 at manscaped.com. That's 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com and use code PRESSPASS20. Take the leap and join the Manscaped movement today. Back to the Patriots defense. You mentioned the front seven with issues being their personnel issues. Are there any fixes that can be made right now?
Not any easy ones, and I know people are going to say it's the coaching and this, that, and the other thing, and there's certainly something to be said for the coaching not getting the most out of the players that they do have on the roster, and I think some of those decisions are definitely questionable. Chase Winovich not playing for a couple of weeks is a head scratcher. The rookies not being more involved in the game plan. Josue was in a third down role, according to Bill Belichick, against the Jets. Well, he's probably going to have to play a little bit more. Same goes for Kyle Duggar and Anthony Jennings. They're going to have to see what they have in Terez Hall, who looked decent in some limited work on Monday night. Well, not really limited, actually played 31 snaps, but you get the point. So they're going to have to hope that from within they can develop some of these players and plug some holes and find some kind of diamonds in the rough here. Carl Davis, who they picked up off the Jaguars practice squad, might be their starting nose tackle on Sunday against the Baltimore Ravens, probably the best running team in the entire league, at least schematically and on paper. So it doesn't get any easier for the Patriots. The Ravens have the personnel. They have Lamar Jackson, who's pretty darn good, that's capable of doing exactly what all these other teams have done against them, and sort of started it, honestly. Last year was kind of the first inkling that we got that maybe this was going to be an issue with the run defense. So I don't see any easy fixes. I think that talent from within needs to kind of rise to the top, and it's probably going to start with that rookie class. Those three top picks, Duggar, Uche, and Jennings, they're going to have to come along a little bit quicker and get a little bit more involved in the defense, and hope that can plug some of these holes.
Yeah, we'll see if those young guys can rise to the occasion. For all of our Patriots coverage, head to clnsmedia.com and subscribe to our YouTube channel over at Patriots Press Pass.